Welcome back, folks. This segment of our show is brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. The fall invaders are coming. You know them, box elder bugs, ladybugs, stink bugs. All of them looking for a place to stay this winter, and they're all looking at your house thinking, that looks like a great spot. I had Southeast Termite and Pest Control come out to my house this past week, and they gave me their fall invader treatment. We do it every year. They do it. I used to not do it, and I would have 1 million ladybugs in my house and a few stink bugs. And then once we started the treatment, that does not happen. So I vouch for this one 100%. Southeast Termite and Pest Control can do the same thing for you. SoutheastTermite.com to learn more about this great locally owned, family owned, 50-year-old business. All right. Before we close the book on Florida, I wanted to give you guys one more chance to toss out any additional observations you might want to make. Anything you heard us say that you wanted to support, anything you wanted to argue with, anything else that popped up to you. Thoughts on the Florida game?
You know, to me, I think as I look at this, and maybe I just draw general observation here, as you look at how this coaching staff is able to get wide receivers open, I hope this maybe changes our emphasis of what we're looking for when we go to the recruiting. That to me, as you start looking at more, the talent maybe there doesn't have to be as great. If you get a guy that can catch, we can get them open. So I hope they focus more of their actual recruiting capital on the defensive side of the ball, because what you're going to continue to see is they got to get a different kind of player, a guy that can run all day, be fast, and I think they're going to have to get lighter, faster guys to be able to stay on the field longer in this kind of defense.
The thing to add to it is I was really excited to see, you know, we're talking about the half full, half empty, but kind of really looking at the entire glass there and seeing a lot of the players that are starting to have some big growth. I saw someone tweet out about Hooker, like, man, this guy completed the deep ball. We never saw that at Virginia Tech. I had some friends that graduated from Virginia Tech. Seeing that type of stuff and seeing the guys just making effort plays, going a little further, seeing that Cooper Mays, how he really grinded that one out. It just seems like a different mentality. And then you listen after the game, you hear Alontae Taylor saying that, hey, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting.
Yes.
And, man, that's what you slap the sign for every single day. And to see that effort out of Banks, Hooker, Mays, and Evans. Blakely. And I mean, you could just go down the list, and to see that, we didn't see that last year, and really we hadn't seen it since Juwan Jennings in that first year.
We're still 4 games into this, so they're still going to be bought in. Yeah. The last group had 3 years to buy out on Jeremy Pruitt. They'd been beaten down by that point. That said, I do agree with you. This team does seem to be playing with a different mentality than Pruitt's teams.
I think they like playing.
Right?
I mean, that's the big thing.
Okay.
I think they're having fun doing it, and you hadn't seen that. You hadn't seen the level of effort in a while. So I think that is the most impressive thing. When you see an Elijah Simmons, who's not perfect, makes some mistakes, but 320, 30-pound guy is running sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive when you start seeing that and just going, okay, the effort's there.
And with a different verve. I mean, they've got a moxie about them that says we're coming out here to win every day, not just to play and wear the uniform and look pretty. These guys out there playing. And you got some guys, you got your Solon Page, you got your Blakely, you got your Alontae Taylors. These guys are on their 3rd head coach, and they're still giving their all for Tennessee. And that's something we should be proud of as Vol fans and VFLs. I like what's going to happen here in the future because I know every team that plays us are not going to walk on the field and say it's going to be an easy win. I don't know that's not going to happen.
I'll give you one quick one that I didn't think I'd be making. Now, you can say this for any school. Good quarterback makes every team a little better. But the way they scheme guys open, and that was his calling card, and we knew he did it at Missouri, we knew he did it at UCF, but now seeing it firsthand, seeing the designs, the way that he mixes and matches and plays, I really truly believe that if this team had, and no knock on Hooker, he's been solid. He's been a big upgrade of what you had, but he's not a tremendous passer. He's not going to scare anybody with his arm. If you had, and these guys aren't mobile, if you had Casey Clausen, if you had Eric Ainge, if you had Tyler Bray with his arm, now Josh Dobbs, and even if you don't have somebody to that level, I just think you're a quarterback away. You'd have been much closer last night if you had a guy that could hit those open guys. You would have beaten Pitt if you had somebody that could hit those open guys. I don't think you're as far away as it may look. I think quarterback rises all boats. You know, that's the sea. And I think with his style and his offense, you may be a little further along in this rebuild than I anticipated coming in,
But
just
also
because
they-
of his scheming is so
Make
good.
a mention too, John P. I mean, yesterday I talked to the guys offset about it. It was a play that the Florida scored on where they pulled the tackle and they hooked the linebacker. And there was a little hesitation by the strong safety. The next they tried to run that play again later on in the game. They got stopped by the safety for minimal gain. So you got guys playing the game within the game, during the game, doing what they can do. Hey, but look here, that's what it's all about. I mean, I speak as a quarterback, they speak as guys that hit quarterbacks. You got to play the game within the game, during the game.
During the game.
Okay.
That's you got to do it.
Before the game and after the game.
Hey, no time like game
All right.
time.
I have one
He
quick
got
one.
game, she got game, we got game. All right.
Balling.
When I got to cut you off.
No, good. All good.
Go ahead. Can you do it in 10 seconds?
Yeah. Said it last week, still worried about conditioning. Saw it in the second half with the team on the field. One little negative there to focus on, see how they do.
All right, very good. When we come back, let's take a look at what Tennessee's past and future foes did yesterday, and we'll also talk about Missouri and their run defense and why Tennessee, if they're healthy, might be able to take advantage of it. Come on back.